hope you work. Yes! Yes! Hold up. There we go. This is the thing that I miss that I don't have at the Red Brick House. And that is coming outside, sitting here at the fire pit and doing it. Now, don't get me wrong. I love sitting in front of the fireplace there at the Red Brick House that for 204 years, or 204 years ago, was keeping a family warm. It was giving them light from those fireplaces there, which is humbling experience as it is. But it's kind of nice to just kind of turn the knob and have fire. Don't have to chop any wood. Don't get any smoke and all that. We're spoiled. We're spoiled. I get it. And eventually, I'll do something like this at the Red Brick House. I'm actually thinking about something that I think will be cool. Me and my wife, I know this doesn't have anything to do with football, but this is the fireside chat here. But one of the things that we and my wife have been thinking about doing, because I love the barbecue, and my friend Jet D is incredible with the briskets and stuff like that. He does barbecuing for people. He's been up working and taking care of his mom. But eventually, he'll come back to Virginia and things. And what we were thinking about doing is, because the place is zoned local business, is we end up building allowing people to come by to barbecue. As you've heard me say, with all the old bricks that I have, I'm going to use those to make a smoker, outdoor smoker, make a real good sized smoker and stuff and barbecue grill. But then I started thinking, because the house is historic, there's a copy of the plat from 1880 that just had the brick part of the house, and then it had the summer kitchen on it, which was a separate building that they did the cooking in. See, they cooked, because they didn't have air conditioning. I know you guys don't understand that. But because it was hot when you cooked and you had the smell of the food and everything else, the houses, they had a separate house to keep all the heat outside and the smells and stuff. So they cooked the food and then they would bring it in and serve it to the people. That's the way it worked. And this is what typically rich people had at first. But then, as time went on, people without money ended up having the outdoor kitchen, because it was a space saver, place to store food and things for the winter, and a place to go ahead and cook, and also to eat and fold laundry and everything else. This was just like a working space. And so what I'm thinking about doing out at the Red Brick House is building an outdoor kitchen / summer kitchen, and building a roof over top of a nice little pavilion, have the barbecue smoker out there. And what I was really thinking about doing is finding one of those old wood stoves that, the cast iron, this cast iron, you got to put the fire in it, but it's got the oven and the burners and stuff, which would be really cool to put out there. And to make it even more advantageous, okay, I'm going to put a modern convenience. I'll run a single water line, bury it in the ground, so that way it's below the frost line, but just a single water line, cold water line, and get an instant heat water heater, so that way on demand you got hot water and a sink to wash, you got the old-fashioned stove, and you got the charcoal barbecue pit, and you got the smoker. And on the weekends, what we do is we actually can have like an open house and have people come through and get red brick barbecue. That's the idea. And that's the way we can be part of the community and things like that. People can get the red brick barbecue, which is barbecue that's cooked on 200-year-old bricks. They can see the historic house and so on, and be part of the community. And that's what life is about. In fact, that's what YouTube is about. Tonight, I got back home tonight, and I'm not working like I am on the Red Brick House, although I got a lot of things I need to work on here too I need to fix. I started working on some stuff today. Got the fire pit fixed right here. Got the furnace filter changed. Adjusted the furnace filter. Got to work on the gutter and out front and get ready for the tailgate at FedEx Field. There's always a lot to do. But I was trying to get caught up on emails. I get lots of emails and I don't always get to answer them. I'm still answering ones from people that are saying Happy New Year's and things. But I had Kiana wanted to upgrade her membership, and I've got to send out all the membership shot glasses for the tailgate members and everything else, because we got the Here You Go ones, and just going through those. But I realized that this really is a community as well. And it's not just a community of Cowboy fans. Now, I know we've lost Eagle fans. I know we have. We had so many that were so much a part of this channel. I miss you guys. I really do. But, you're cockroaches. You're fair weather fans. You're only here when the meats are ready to go. When the party's over, you ain't there to help clean up the mess. You're the first ones out. But it's okay. I understand. I know what I'm dealing with when it comes to you guys. But it's not just Eagle fans and Cowboy fans, because I got like Nick Caps, who's a Commanders fan and stuff. I've got Jason M, who's a 49er fan, who his wife ordered a Dak Stink shirt for him. He's wearing a Dak Stink shirt, even though Dak Prescott's a Pro Bowler. I got tons of 49er fans. I got Seattle Seahawks fans. I got Tampa Bay fans. I got fans from Washington, from the Giants. Some of them are just enemies. But this is a community too. And it's important for all of us to be part of a global community, to be part of something bigger than just your own little world. If we are, we can all kind of take care of each other. That's what life's about. Now, I don't know how I got sidetracked, because I wanted to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and the opportunity that's in front of them. Because in life, the difference between being successful and being a failure can be this much. The difference between winning and losing can be this much. And it's a matter of how much you want it. Because in the end, if you don't put in the work, you don't get the results. Now, I'm going to tell you, most people, because the thing that's kind of crazy to me is I have so many people who have come to me and said, I wanted to get that house, but man, it didn't work out. Or man, I looked at that house because I wanted to get it, but man, it looked like it was just in really bad shape, man. And people look, oh man, that place is great. I wish I had gotten it. But see, here's the thing. It's easy to look at something when it's done and say, man, I wish I had that. Oh man, this place is so nice. I can't believe how good it looks. The thing is, to get where people look at it and say, I want it, takes a lot of work. And the reality is very few people want to put in the work to get something like this. Everybody just wants to get to the finish line and just take the greatness. But you can't get the greatness without the work. To win a Super Bowl, and I love it. I absolutely positively love it, because there's so much negativity when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. We heard, going into the season, the Dallas Cowboys can't win because they don't go into free agency. They don't care about winning because they're not out there signing these great players. We had the opportunity to sign guys like Von Miller, who wanted to come here and things. We had guys like Odell Beckham, who wanted to come here and sign with the Cowboys. We had guys like Bobby Wagner, who wanted to come here and sign with the Cowboys. Cowboys kept saying, we believe in our own guys. And we said they're just being cheap. We had Shaq Leonard, who was just here a couple weeks ago. And we all said, hey, let's sign Shaq. He was an all-pro a couple years ago. He was injured last year. The Colts let him go, even though they're in a playoff position. And you see him now with the Eagles, part of the bonfire that is. And the Cowboys knew more than what we did. They said the Cowboys, without Kellen Moore and inserting Mike McCarthy, who's an idiot, he's the village idiot, He's not one of these young guns like Nick Sirianni, who knows what he's doing, can motivate the guys. Kellen Moore, the boy genius. He's the reason for Dak Prescott's success. By the way, Dak Prescott really didn't succeed because he's a turnover machine. Not remembering that he broke his thumb during the season and came back with a broken thumb. Just pointing that out. Because it seems to be nobody remembers that. When we talk about other guys having problems on the field, they bring up their injuries, but they don't with Dak Prescott for whatever reason. But that's okay. It's okay. But Dak put in the work. Dak put in the football field so the other guys can come over and put in the work. You can see a guy like DeMarcus Lawrence, who got the bag, but has been putting in the work. He's been injured, but he's still putting in the work and driving to be the best player he can be. You can see Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons could have been the Chase Young route. Defensive player of the year, rookie defensive player of the year. I'm all that in a ham sandwich. I ain't got to work that hard. You see Micah Parsons in the offseason working with guys like Wadsworth. That's all, one of the best offensive linemen in the history of football. Retired, honing his craft, putting in the work to get there. You see the Dallas Cowboys, for once, seemingly focused in on winning. Dak Prescott put in the work with Mike McCarthy. Eliminate the turnovers. Not the leading turnover maker in the NFL. Not that they talk about that anymore, because Dak Prescott's not. The Cowboys aren't doing it. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. But putting in the work to be the best quarterback he can be, and going from the guy who was turning it over last year to being leading the NFL in touchdowns and top 5 in every category. Putting in the work. And the Cowboys in general, OTAs, full participation, putting in the work. Now they said Cowboys can't win the division. Eagles are better. Eagles, number 1 team in football. Dallas Cowboys, 5th seed. Well, turns out Dak Prescott's a Pro Bowler, Jalen Hurts isn't. Turns out the Cowboys have the opportunity where the roles are switched. Last year, going into this Commanders game, the Cowboys knew if the Eagles win, it didn't matter what they did. Eagles jump out to an early lead. Cowboys walk dead through the game against the Commanders. This year, the roles are reversed. We played the lowly Washington Commanders that bags were already packed for the offseason and lost. The Eagles, they're playing the lowly New York stinking Giants. Brother Rashid looking down. I'm sure wanting to laugh at the Eagles. Doesn't matter what the Eagles do if the Cowboys win. So when people say, you can't is not a word that's in my vocabulary. People looked at the red brick house and said, you can't save that. It's too far gone. The foundation is crumbling. The city manager said it's too late. We've already signed a contract for the demo company to take it down. Well, that was 8 years ago. And that house, my friend, is now a treasure in that same town. Why? Because I put in the work. That's what life's about. Putting in the work. And I feel like this Dallas Cowboy team isn't kicking back and living off of we them boys. That this team is trying to create their own legacy. And that may be the difference between all of those other teams that came before this Dallas Cowboy. Tyron Smith, he understands. Time is short. DeMarcus Lawrence, he understands that too. And I'll say Dak Prescott, seeing his friends go. Mari Cooper, at least La'el Collins is back. Seeing Zeke go. Seeing those guys that you came in here with are no longer around. The sense of urgency has to be now. Because this team, after this year, will no longer exist. It'll be a new one. So the time is now. And that's all I have to say about that. And with that being said, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to take me a shower. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get up early, get up in the attic so I can start pulling that stuff down. I got a lot of prints to make for you guys that are out there. I have a guy who sent me a picture. I can't think of his name right now. He's in a wheelchair. He's from Mississippi, and I think it's from 2015 because it's with Dak Prescott and some of his teammates are all around him in the wheelchair. So he wants me to make 2 of those prints, one for him and one for his brother. And it's an incredible, I might have to make one for me. I may have to make one for me as well. And yeah, I got a lot of work to do. But if you want results in life, it's the only way you're going to get them, by putting in the work. Remember to tell the people you love them. I've lost too many people around me this year. And I love you guys. God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.